I want to restore this antique desk and turn it into a makeup vanity for my dark academia themed bedroom for less than what it would cost to buy a new one, or one of those perfectly preserved antiques that cost more than my first car. Those can go for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, but I found this one at a thrift store for just $100. The problem is, it needs an insane amount of work to bring out the beautiful character in the wood. Some areas might not even be salvageable, and if it turns out I can't save it, oops, I'll either have to start over with a new one or give in and try to rescue it with a couple layers of paint. I want to light this desk on fire. This video is sponsored by Incogni. More about them later. It's kind of heavy. Taco Cat's pants today.
It's Sunday. It should be our thumbnail right here.
I'm gonna have to do some surgery on this desk. The middle drawer has the veneer peeling off to the point that I don't think I can save this by repairing it. So I think I'm gonna remove the veneer and put in a new one, which brings the second problem. This trim all around the drawers, I don't really know where to find that. And then it also has these little like corners that are curved. So trying to find that and match it, it's going to be impossible. And if you take the trim off, there's a big hole. And then in general, just the state of this, like, I don't know what this gunk stuff is on here. And then the top looks like it needs a lot of love. I don't want to replace the veneer on everything because I think that's going to be a lot of work. So I'm gonna try to save as much as I can. I'm gonna try and remove the veneer off of this. So there are two layers here trying to come off. There's this one, and then there's the veneer, which is very, very thin. I don't want this one to come off, so I think I'm gonna try to carefully remove the thin layer part and try to keep that there. I'll try to glue it back, but this is just flaking off. I might not need my heat gun. There you go. There you go. Yeah. The big chunk. Oh yeah. Look at that. No. Oh man, that lower layer is crumbling apart. I'm gonna have to take it off too. I'm so scared to do that because I don't want to lose the thickness of the drawer. Screw it. Yep, it's just coming right off. So, ooh. Oh my goodness. I'm just so scared of damaging to the point that I can't fix it. Ouch. Ouch. Well, there's no going back now. We'll see what happens. Tired of spam calls? That happens because our data has been sold to data brokers, which is insanely common these days. But thanks to Incogni, who is the sponsor of this video, they can remove your information from hundreds of data brokers because their job is to collect personal information about people and sell it. The information gets sold to companies and they know your name, your address, your age, maybe even your dog. Misty! This information is mostly used for advertising, but once that information is out there, it can get into the wrong hands, like scammers and identity thieves. And then you end up getting spam calls, weird texts, or spam emails about joining a canned meat convention. And because it's your information, you have the right to remove it from these companies, but that can be really time consuming to do. Luckily, Incogni makes this super simple. You just sign up to Incogni, give them permission to act on your behalf, and then they go out and take you off these lists. You can even track the whole thing. And so far, Incogni completed over 100 removals for me and saved me more than 100 hours. That's insane. Anyways, if you want to give Incogni a try, go to incogni.com/DIY-Tiff and use DIY-Tiff to get 60% off your annual plan. I'll have it linked in the description. Okay, where was I? Misty!
You have a ball today? You want me to throw that ball? You want me to throw that ball? Good girl, Misty. You're such a good girl.
If I'm gonna put veneer on this, it has to be smooth. So this little, I don't know what you call it, but where the trim was, can't be there. It has to be completely flat. So I'm gonna fill it up with this wood filler. And I like this wood filler because it's kind of like epoxy. It's like a two-part wood filler. It dries really hard. You can sand it and just works really well. This does cure pretty fast, so I'm trying to get it done as fast as I can. Because once it starts drying, that's it. Oh no, come on. No, not already. Yeah, it's gone. While that dries, I am going to remove the trim from the rest of the drawers. Part of the veneer came off. Oh, crap. See the veneer trying to come off? No, no, no. Just the trim, just the trim. Okay, I have to fill that up anyway, so it might be fine. I'm kind of making up the plan for this desk as I go. This is the first time I've gotten a real close look at it, and there's more to fix than I thought. So far, the plan is to fix any chipped veneer, fill the gap from the trim I'm removing, and make the surface smooth so I can lay new veneer right on top. Thankfully, most of the veneer is in good shape, so I should be able to apply it right over that. This is actually my first time doing this kind of restoration when I'm installing new veneer. But hey, I watched one full YouTube video and like 3 shorts, so I'm basically an expert now. After taking all the trim, I went ahead and sanded all the drawers, filled in the gaps from the trim, and made any repairs that were needed. What a freaking mess. I can barely walk in here. I'll take care of it. I will, after I'm done with this. Because today's goal is to sand the whole desk and the drawers. All of it. The nightstands took me 2 days to sand, like 2 full days. And I feel like that's too long. I'm just gonna give it all I got because spending 2 days sanding is no fun. I'm out of sandpaper. I used it all on the nightstands. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna be listening to a good audiobook and sanding for the rest of the day. Wish me luck. I will not be sanding yet. As I started sanding, more veneer started coming off, which tells me that laying veneer on top of this old veneer is just a bad idea. So I am going to scrape off the veneer, which I didn't want to do, and then sand. I'm gonna be here all day. As I started trying to take the veneer off, I realized that it was actually really well glued. Only a few edges had come loose while I was sanding, and the rest was holding on. Since the veneer wasn't actually in bad shape, it turned out to be a pain to scrape off. And it was taking me forever just to get through one drawer. I was digging into the wood, causing more damage, and at that point I instantly regretted my decision and decided to go back to my original plan of repairing loose edges as needed and putting new veneer on top. But I was already too deep into this drawer, so I had to at least finish taking the veneer off of that. Ew, I don't even know what this is. It's like gooey. The grain on the drawers is so pretty, but I don't really know what it is, and unfortunately I have to veneer over it because there's so many repairs. So I've seen in a few videos where the finish gets scraped off with a scraper. I assume that saves you sanding time and maybe prevents the veneer from being sanded too much. I think. It wasn't really explained, I've just seen a bunch of people do it. So I'm gonna try it and see how that goes. Oh wow. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's pretty cool and really satisfying to do. I did it! I got it all sanded. It only took 6 hours. And I have to go back to the store to get Bondo so I can finish repairing. Did find a few spots that have to be repaired, and then the drawers of course need a little bit more repairing, and then I have to sand the repairs, but other than that, I'm ready for the next step. And I am covered in sawdust. These pants were green at the beginning of the day. So I got the Bondo and I get to try it today. I think it works the same way as the high performance wood putty that I've always used. It's a 2-part. It dries really, really fast, but it dries really hard and it can be sanded. The reason I'm using Bondo and not regular wood filler is because I don't trust regular wood filler. This cracks, crumbles. It's not very reliable. At least in my experience, it isn't. So since I made quite a few dents on that one drawer, I need something that's very reliable. Also, I need a super flat surface for that veneer. I had never used Bondo before, but it was something I'd always wanted to try just to see if it worked better than the high performance wood putty I usually use. And honestly, I ended up liking it more. It spreads a lot easier and it gives you a little more working time, but I didn't know that yet, so I was really rushing to get it done. Yeah, apparently I only have 3 to 4 minutes working time, but it's 88 degrees, so I probably have half of that. That's very thick. Okay, maybe I have enough for the other drawer. I should have been wearing my apron. No time, no time. Okay, next drawer. I probably should be wearing gloves. Oh my goodness. All right, have a little bit left. Let's see what other repairs I can make real quick. All right. Do you need repairs? No, not on my shirt. I like this shirt. Like, look, how can you not love this shirt? Not on the, oh my, I am making a mess. I can't have this on this desk. I'm pretty sure the working time is more than 3 to 4 minutes, like I thought. Okay, let's hope this cures. I'm not sure if I used enough hardener, the thing that makes this thing cure. And my fingers are sticky, so I'm gonna go wash my hands. And then I have to go to the dentist. I have a dentist appointment today. And assuming I am not in pain when I'm done, I will come and give it a try at putting veneer on this. I've heard about this trick that Mayo takes out water stains on wood, and I kind of want to try it because there's this nasty water stain here that I can't sand out because it'll sand through the veneer. There's already a part that I sanded too much, and I just want to see if this works. I'm supposed to just leave it there and wait, I think. All right, we'll see. I decided to take this decorative piece out to repair it, but I ended up never putting it back. Ugh, you can't take it out. Ah. Also, it was time for me to go to the dentist, and I realized that their tools looked very similar to my Dremel set. I think dentists are just crafty people, but with teeth. Back from the dentist, I can't feel the left side of my face, but I'm not in pain, so I think I can keep going. This watermark does not look any better, but let me sand it real quick and see. Does it look any better? I think it came off a little bit, but I'm also sanding too much of it, so it actually still looks pretty bad. The reason I don't want to replace the veneer on the top is because it has this curve over here, and I've never worked with veneer before, and I'm just scared to screw it up. The Bondo was dried, so I sanded all the drawers to have a smooth and flat surface for the veneer. So I made a mistake on ordering this veneer. I was supposed to order peel and stick. I thought I ordered peel and stick. So I'm here peeling and peeling, and it's not working. So I gotta go to Lowe's and get contact cement because apparently that's the way to apply this one. I could just buy another one that's peel and stick, but I already have this one. I already cut it. I was doing a test piece because I don't know what I'm doing, so. And realize it's not sticky. I glued the sample piece successfully. It looks beautiful, so let's do the real thing. I laid the drawers down to mark the size I needed, and I made the cut slightly larger than the drawer so that there would be a bit of overhang. I was actually really enjoying working with a big veneer sheet because I could choose exactly which part of the grain I wanted to highlight on each drawer. I'm happy, I love it, but I will glue this tomorrow because it's kind of late. The dentist kind of took a big chunk of my day, so I'll glue this tomorrow, and then I have to go to the dentist again. I picked up gel contact cement instead of the regular one because I saw in a video that it was easier to work with. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes, but this ended up working pretty well. I'm ready to go. I'm kind of nervous, I don't know why. Every time I do something new and it requires glue, I get nervous. But I prepped as much as I could, I think. I'm using cabinet rollers because they're not that fuzzy. And I have everything labeled, so when I glue it on the right drawer in the right direction. Oh yeah, fully covered. Aha, all covered in glue. Now I gotta glue the veneer on the back. And now I wait until it gets like tacky, and that's when I'm supposed to put it on. After the glue dried for a bit, I went ahead and placed the veneer on the drawer. I had to make sure it was lined up just right, because with contact cement, hints in the name, once it makes contact, it's not coming off. I use a carpet tucker as a scraper, and it actually worked really well to press everything down and make sure the veneer was on there good. Well, that went well. Now I have to wait till it dries before I can do anything else. I also have to go to the dentist again. Maybe it's because I'm eating too much candy from Lowe's. It looks better, but it's far away from great. So we'll see. I did some repairs on the top and used Sharpies to touch up a few spots, just trying to blend the wood color. Some areas I left alone for now and plan to touch up after staining. Honestly, this is just me testing things out. That's why I do things a little different every time. I like trying new things and seeing what works and what doesn't. For the color of the stain, I decided to do the same color as the nightstands, which is half dark walnut and half rosewood. I don't expect it to look the same since it's a different type of wood, but I wanted it to look close. I'm gonna start with the inside of the desk. If I do the inside first and I don't like it, then it gives me time to maybe change the ratio of the stain and remix it. But let's hope I don't have to do that. That is very dark. I don't hate it though. I like that I can still see the grain. One thing I didn't like about this desk is that the stain that was on it was so dark you couldn't see the grain. With this, you can still see the grain, even though it's really dark. So far, the stain color was looking pretty good. But with the lighting I have in the workshop, it's hard to tell for sure. It might look totally different once it's in the actual room since the lighting and overall vibe are completely different. It's always a challenge picking out colors when you can't see them in the space they're going to live in. I mean, I could bring the desk into the room, bring it back, but this thing is heavy, so I don't want to do that. I'm using water-based stain, which means I have to work section by section and wipe it off right away. So I had to move pretty fast to avoid it drying too quickly and ending up patchy. The color came out beautiful. I wasn't sure at first, but it came out really nice. It's definitely different than the nightstands. The nightstands I think came out lighter. This was such a dark wood already that the stain obviously looks different. Unfortunately, that watermark is still there and it bothers me. I think I have a plan, but before I go into it, I'm gonna work on the drawers, think a little bit more about my plan, and then hope it all works out. So I'm gonna trim the edges off, and I'm gonna be using a router with a flush bit. I've never done it that way before, so I am hoping I don't rip this thing out. You can use an edge trimmer. This is how I've done edge banding before, or a utility knife also works. There's still like a little bit left, and I'm wondering if I just need a different bit. I'm supposed to just shave it off. I could have swore I've seen this done and it just ends up perfectly. I don't know. I guess I can fix it with sanding. I was just expecting it to like line up perfectly. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. It's not doing a great job, but it's probably me. I was hoping the router would make things go a lot quicker, but I guess not. I could do it by hand, it's fine. But something I want to show you that is really cool. This has a little metal thingy here, and it tells you the brand of the company. So it looks like this desk is from Thomasville Chair Company. And based on a little bit of research, it looks like this piece is probably from the 1940s, which makes this desk over 80 years old. And I think it's so cool that I get to restore a piece of furniture that is so old, you know? And it's well built. It has dovetail construction. Everything is made out of either solid wood or plywood. This thing was sold very cheap, obviously, because it was in so much distress. But now it's gonna look new and it's going to last long. I'm probably gonna keep it for a long time. That's, I don't know, it's pretty cool. That is Freddy. He is the shop lizard. He's missing his tail, but it wasn't my fault. I wonder if he wants to go outside. Maybe he wants to go outside. I don't know. He comes says hi to me once in a while and then goes back and hides. Do you want to go outside? No? You can go outside. Or you can stay here and hunt all the bugs. I'm okay with that too. He doesn't want to go outside. I trimmed the edges of the veneer with a utility knife and an edge band trimmer. All the drawers were labeled, so I made sure to keep it that way. I then sanded all the edges, got my daily dose of Misty, Indie, and tequila, and then I worked on some repairs. What do you think? Plot twist, I'm changing the style. This looks really good. I love it. Just kidding. I do like it though, it looks kind of cool. It's different. If you wanted to make it a little bit modern and different, this would definitely be a way to do it. But it looks gorgeous. I just wanted to see what the grain looks like before I stain it. I was gonna stain the drawers, and then I remember that this used to have trim, and I've been staring at this for the last 10 minutes trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. So I found this very thin trim at Lowe's that I think will work with this. Now, I cannot replicate how the trim used to be. If you remember the nightstands, it has this decorative trim on the edge of every single drawer, and I think that's how I'm going to do this. I'm not trying to make it look the same, I just like that style, and I think that's gonna look nice with this. I could just leave it plain. It's gonna have the brass handles, the same ones that it came with, so it's gonna be antique enough, but I also feel like leaving the drawers flat, it's too flat. It needs a little something, but I am not adding trim to the middle drawer because that middle drawer is curved, and I have no idea how to curve the trim. I'm sure there's ways. I'm just not willing to learn that yet. Maybe one day. By the way, a quick thank you to Titus for sending me some safety gear like the ear and eye protection I'm wearing right now. Yeah, I think I like it. I wish I could do the one in the curve, but I think it'll be fine because there's a lot of detail. See, like there's trim up here, trim up there, so I think that's kind of gonna blend it in nicely. But yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do the rest. Cutting really thin trim with a miter saw is tricky because sometimes it just snaps, and I just always cut it with a bigger piece of wood against it, or in this case, tape to it. It was also a little tedious to do because all the miters had to be perfect. There's no caulking to hide the imperfections on this project. I glued all the trim with wood glue, but I didn't go too heavy because I didn't want to do a bunch of sanding to clean it up. Adding nails was an option, but I didn't want to repair a hole, so I put all of my trust in wood glue. I did some final sanding, applied pre-stain, and then finally stained the drawers. I guess I didn't do a good job at gluing this one. It has a bubble, well, two bubbles. That color does not match at all. This desk is stressing me out. I think it's just gonna have to be a two-tone desk. That's the least of my problems right now. My plan B on the top has not arrived yet. So I went to the store and got wood bleach, which was recommended in the comments, so thank you. It says it removes black water spots and stains, so I guess we'll see. But I have to sand this down. Oh, my plan B was to re-veneer the whole thing, which I really don't want to do. So I really, really hope this works. Either way, I have to sand it down, so let's do that. I will deal with the color of this in a minute. I can't right now, I just can't. I will say, it has gotten better over the days. Compared to where it was, I can actually barely see the black mark anymore. So you just brush it. Apparently I need to do that every 10 minutes until it's gone. So I'll be back. Hi, Freddy. Are you having fun? I'm sorry, it's kind of messy over here. I'm sure you don't mind. Sorry about the mess. He just likes hanging out. Are you gonna help me? No? Okay, fine. I'm waiting on the pre-stain to dry. That's why it looks so dark. The black spot came off mostly, but let's see if after I stain it, everything's gonna blend in nicely. If it looks like it's just a little blemish, I'm okay with that. I also touched up all the spots here in the back before staining instead of after staining. Wish me luck. I'm waiting for this to dry and then I'm gonna stain it. I'm trying to multitask here, so while the pre-stain is drying, I am going to oil the drawers because some of them look pretty rough on the inside. I'm using Restore Finish because it's supposed to be like a fast restoring thing. It's supposed to make it look better. And I don't want to go through the whole process of like sanding this down to try to make it look pretty because it's the inside of the drawers and it's for me, so. That looked far from acceptable. Also, the spot where I did the wood bleach made the stain look a lot lighter. I feel defeated by this desk, but I'm gonna make it happen somehow. I'm gonna sand the finish off again, and then I'm gonna put new veneer on top. Very nice.
Misty! Tequila! Hi, Tequila! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I got the ball. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Are you gonna keep me company?
My plan was to make a template in the shape of the desk, cut the veneer with a bit of overhang, and then use the router to trim the edges. The problem is, this isn't a normal straight edge. It's got curves, so if I messed up the cut with the router, I'd pretty much have to replace the entire top, put on new veneer, which there's $70 per roll, and then try to route the same tricky edge. That's gonna look nice. I followed the same process as the drawers. I applied contact cement on both the top and the veneer, waited till it was tacky, and I used wooden dowels to avoid the veneer sticking to the top until it was lined up correctly. It seemed like a good idea at the time. No. I hope it's in the right spot. Perfect. Should be fine. I can't win. I don't know if this spot is ruined. I've been trying to slowly sand it and scrape it off. It's just a blob of glue got on there. I didn't prepare enough when I was putting the glue on and let it get to the top. So I'm hoping that when I do a quick sand that it comes off, but we all know how thin veneer is, so I can't sand it too much. Mineral spirits took it off. Mostly. While that dries, I'm gonna do something with these. I want to reuse the same handles that the desk came with. So I've heard this is really good. I don't know, let's see what happens. It cleaned them up for the most part, but I didn't love how they looked. Instead of looking antique or polished, they just looked kind of rusty. So I headed to the store and picked up some rub and buff, which by the way, you've recommended in the comments before. And I also found a wood repair kit. But before messing with the handles again, I decided to use the router to trim off the excess veneer on top. And based on my practice run, let's just say I wasn't feeling too confident about how this was gonna go. That was my second attempt. Okay, first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. There's a 50-50 chance this won't work. Based on my testing, I don't have faith this will work. I don't know what else to do other than try to cut it with a razor, but it just won't be straight. Oops. I think I did it. Oh yeah. Not too bad. That was so stressful.
I don't know about you, but I was not breathing for the last 5 minutes.
There's some parts that, you know, you can tell it kind of, this thing like just kicks. And that's what happened on that big old piece. It kept kicking and kicking. So it still kicked when I was doing this, but I was really trying to keep it steady. I can tell there's like some areas that I kind of dug a little bit, but it's not something that's gonna really be noticeable unless you're looking very closely. It didn't eat through it like it did on that one piece of my chest. Oh, this was so stressful. I still gotta do the back, but the back's just straight shot. I'm gonna do that by hand. It's more comfortable that way. While the stain was drying, I went back to the handles, and this is how they looked after using rub and buff. I was actually pretty impressed. I've never used it before. I started with a layer of black rub and buff, then added the gold on top to give it more of an antique look. I wasn't going for a brand new look, I just wanted them to look like they were starting to age. Let's go back to the difference in color from the drawers to the rest of the desk. It was still bothering me. That's very red, it's very brown. So I mixed 3:1 ratio of the stain, making it more red. I stained a few samples using some scrap veneer, so I felt confident to move forward. But not until I fixed the bubble. Oh wow, it's flat. Oh, it's flat. I fixed it. Looks like a small blemish on camera, but it's not really like noticeable in person. And plus, I'm gonna stain this again. I ruined the top. It looks so patchy, like the stain just dried up in random places. I stained it and wiped it off very fast, like a lot faster than what I did with a brush. I want to light this desk on fire. I just want to give up. Like, I'm so done with it. I'm so done. Whatever comes out after I stain it, it's how it's going to stay. I'm so done. I don't even know how to express it or tell you or show you that I'm so done with this desk. Like, I just want to bang my head right now against it, but that will make my head hurt. This is the sample piece, but we'll see what comes out because the grain looks very, very dark right now. Wish me luck. I forgot to hit record when I stained it, but it's stained. This is what it looks like. It came out a little light. I would love to do a second coat, but after what just happened, I am not. It's going to stay like this. At least I can appreciate the grain. The grain looks so beautiful. I don't think I showed it on camera, but I always do pre-stain, and it's still like it's kind of light here, dark there, so I don't know if it's the grain. I don't know if it's cherry, it's just wild cherry. I'm tired.
So Tiffany, what are we gonna do now?
We're going to go get ice cream. I want the kind of ice cream that has all of the chocolate fudge, all of the fat, all of the calories. I don't care if the ice cream has 2,000 calories in one cup. That is the ice cream that I want. If you're curious how much I spent on this desk, the materials were $331 and I got the desk for $100, meaning the total cost for this was $431 and part of my sanity. This project was tough. I was so frustrated, and when I finally finished, I realized the color turned out a little more red than I wanted. I couldn't even get myself to like the piece at first. I actually had to wait a couple of days before doing the final shots because I just couldn't stand to look at it. I don't know if you've ever had a project like that. Thankfully, after stepping away for a bit, I came back with fresh eyes, and I have to say, it is a really beautiful piece. It's not exactly what I had envisioned, mostly because of the color, but I do think it's beautifully restored. And more than anything, it was a great learning experience, and that's really all I can ask for. Thank you patrons and members for supporting this channel, and I will see you all on the next video. Don't forget to check out Incogni by going to incogni.com/DIYTiff, and you can use code DIYTiff to get 60% off your annual plan. I'll have a link in the description.